Hello everybody. In this video I'm gonna show how Redux library is interacting with another files. For this, remember the shopping folder that contains a file book_slice inside the admin folder. The constant add is being imported inside the Next.js file that lays on the pages folder, and the hook use dispatch must be imported from the React Redux library. These two imports will be working together to put functionality to the file. It is necessary to declare a constant dispatch inside the main function. Dispatch equals use dispatch hook. As you see, buttons are without functionality. When the browser renders the component, add an event on click. Inside the curly brackets, put an arrow function, and inside of it, the dispatch and the add nested. So, the index.js file is done. Now, if I open the package.json file, I can't see that there is not React Redux installation in the dependencies. And so, with the terminal window, install these two packages, Redux Toolkit and React Redux. It will take a few seconds. While this happens, I remember that these two packages are needed to handle the global state for the application. Once both are installed, they must appear in the dependencies packages and can be seen listed in that place. Now everything is in order and ready to run the application in development mode. Type npm run dev in the command line and open the browser in the localhost 3000, where Next.js opens the application by default. But hold on, because the application has found an error. This error is because the application doesn't find the provider. Provider must be inserted in the main file that deploys the application. Import it into the file with the React Redux library. Now the application must recognize the provider, and these work together with the store. Import the store from the store.js file. This one is inside the shopping folder. Level up with 2 points before the folder. Anyway, Visual Studio helps you to find the folder and the file. When I opened the shopping file, I found that there is not an export default constant, and the constant is store. Coming back into the main application file, It is only needed to declare the provider and the store. Everything goes inside the provider. I just make some arrangements in the GSS code to do this. Copy and paste the initial code and put it inside the provider. That works with the property store. And the browser doesn't must show this error again. These two imports are the global state manager. Now I'm gonna check what the browser brings and everything is okay. It's showing the menu at the top where the routes were declared and the fetched data in the bottom. And the terminal window is compiling with no errors. But just one last thing is missing. Did you remember the function dispatch that was put in the button add? Let's try pressing this button and see what happened. Well, if the button is pressed, nothing happens. That's because the file containing the constant actions is declared as book and not books in the action add, because the name of the slice is books when the slice was created. Fixing this last issue and pressing the button again will give me the result that I was waiting for. And it is the console log book is added. That means that the function reducer is triggered properly, and the actions are taking place when the event handler is calling them by means of the button click. Let's summarize what I have done. In first place, the provider and the store were imported. Then the hook useDispatch was imported from the React Redux library and renamed as the constant dispatch. And so, the button now is using the event handler on click. That triggers the arrow function with dispatch inside and the add as argument of the constant. And this argument becomes one of the actions from the shopping state manager folder. For that reason, when I click the button on the window browser, the switch case reducer function plots the case book is added. In the next video, the cases will work with functionality. I recommend to try it by yourself, and I really appreciate if you watch and understand all the video.